guys, Roots here. Turn the ear down. I'm sitting in the car and waiting to be able to put my car on the other side of the street because New York City and this friggin' alternate side of the street parking is so annoying. But anyway, I had some thoughts, and this is something that's been running through my mind over a long time because I see it happening all the time when new nurses start working on a unit and how they kind of navigate the situation. And some people do it well, and some people just, they need a little bit of advice. So I figured I'd make a video talking to my newer nurses just coming out of school, starting their new jobs on a unit, whether it be med surge, L&D, psych, ED, wherever you end up. I think sometimes you need a little bit of guidance. Not everybody has a friend that has been a nurse for a while that they can talk to and get good advice from. So I'm going to give you guys 5 things that you should do as a new nurse starting out your job on any unit, wherever you may end up. Okay guys, so I had to flip my camera around because I remember that I should use my back facing camera because it's better, right? So anyway, I flipped my camera around, so if it looks a little bit different, that's what I did. But anyway, okay, so the 5 things that I think are most important for new nurses. There are lots of things, but to me, these are the 5 things that are most important right as you start your career coming onto the unit as a new nurse. Fresh out of school or starting just with some experience and starting at a new place. So the first thing that's really important is come into your new role with a really high level of integrity. To me, integrity just means like always doing the right thing, like even when no one's looking. Just always just be a good person, be a good colleague, and a good nurse to your patients. Just do the right thing. I feel like coming into your new role as a nurse, whether it be med surge, L&D, psych, ED, wherever you end up, you are going to have an easier time with your team. The people you work with are your team, and you're going to have an easier time with your team if you come in there showing a lot of integrity and good, strong work ethic. When people are working with you and they see you have those things, they want to help you, and they'll definitely have your back. That's one of the important things. So that's number 5 on my list. Having a strong work ethic and integrity. Number 4 on my list is coming into your new position having really good organization. And there's a couple of things in my head. There's a couple of things that go into that. Like, of course, you want to have all the things that'll keep you organized. Like, you'll have your notepad to jot down all the little things that you won't remember right off the top of your head. Of course, you're going to have your little notepad, and a lot of the newer nurses always have that anyway. So you're going to have your notepad, you're going to have your reference for all your lab values, have your stethoscope, have, all those things you're going to need to have them where you can readily grab them. But another thing in my mind that lends to being organized is when you first come on and you get your report from the outgoing nurse, you're going to definitely want to review your chart and go through everything and just make sure there haven't been any recent updates that the outgoing nurse didn't give you a report on, so you're on top of things. When you're working with doctors and residents, you want to stay 2 steps ahead. Like, you want to be ready with anything they need. Just try to stay on top of your game. I mean, it's not always easy to do that, but just try your best to stay ahead of the game, to know, just to anticipate what they're going to need, and just always be alert. And another thing that's important to me is, this might not exactly be organization, but it kind of falls in to that category a little bit for me, is get to know your patients, form your own opinion on your patient. Like, sometimes the nurse that was taking care of the patient prior may not have had that wonderful rapport with the patient. Maybe it was just like all business for her, or maybe she was just, for whatever reason, the patient may have just been giving her a little bit of a rough time, and they just, they were clashing, and it just wasn't working out, and she might, sometimes when a nurse had a little bit of a rough day, she'll give you a report that kind of reflects that, about her opinion on the patient might rub off a little bit. Don't listen to that. Always go in, introduce yourself, meet your patient, and form your own opinion. Have a conversation with your patient, because it might be completely different for you. That happens a lot for me, so I just want to pass that on to someone, that you should always go in and talk to your patient and form your own opinion on what you think about them. Even though it doesn't really matter what you think about them, you still have to take care of them and keep them safe. Your job is just to keep them safe, but it always helps if you can get along and have a good rapport with your patients, right? So you go in and you form your own opinion, and you figure out how you want to proceed. There are a few more things with being organized, but I think those things are important. So number 3, you have to know that it's okay to fail. So we all know what it feels like to make a mistake. No one's perfect. Working in this business, there are going to be mistakes. You just have to rely on your team to help you. Ask a question. We don't care what it is. I don't care what kind of question it is. It could be the smallest little detail that could affect the care of the patient. So we want you to ask about it. If you're not sure, if there's something you're not sure of, ask us. We're here to help you. And know that if if it happens, if you do make a mistake, it's okay. You dust yourself off, you get up and you go again. Sometimes when you make a mistake, you'll never make that mistake again, especially if it was something that was kind of like detrimental to the care of the patient. If you do get into that situation and it happens, we don't ever want mistakes to happen, but if it does and you get into that situation, you'll know not to make that mistake again. But just to try to avoid that altogether, just always seek help, seek guidance. That's why your more seasoned nurses are there to help you get through this new adventure. Okay, so number 2, and this is a big one, is you don't want to get caught up in any workplace drama. Avoid any drama at the workplace. Just keep your opinion to yourself. Don't get involved. You just need to focus on learning your environment. Focus on the important things that are going on around you that you need to get through your shift. But all that other drama, because there's going to be some drama. stay out of it, okay? Just don't get involved, because it's just never good to start off that way. Just don't get involved. Workplace drama, and just try not to ever get involved in workplace drama. Just stay out of it. Just don't get involved. Number one, and this is important, guys. This is really important. To me, this is something that could make or break you. And to me, it's really important. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for yourself. I know you're new on the unit. You want people to like you. You want to get along with everyone. Yes, that is important. But at the same time, do not feel like you need to, just because you're the new nurse, don't feel like you need to accept any negative behavior. You're new, but you're also an asset to your organization, and you're needed. And that's why they hired you, and that's why they need you. And most units, when they hire new nurses, it's because they need staff. So you're important. So don't feel like you have to take any negative behavior. If you're in a situation where you're uncomfortable, you feel like you're not being treated right by your colleagues, talk to your manager. Just, let her know you're uncomfortable. Okay, say maybe you're paired with a preceptor and you guys just aren't, your vibe is off with that person. You're not getting along. Like, I'm not saying you guys have to run through a meadow holding hands, but you should like your preceptor a little bit, and they should be a little bit nice to you. They should be nice to you. If you feel like you're being bullied in any way, that bullying word, that word bully is very triggering in the nursing world. But I'm going to say it. If you feel like you're being bullied, talk to your manager. Let her know you're uncomfortable and you don't feel comfortable with certain things that are happening. If you're not uncomfortable with your preceptor, let your manager know you're not comfortable with your preceptor and you would like someone different. If they're able to provide you with a different preceptor, they will, because they want you to stay. Standing up for yourself is really important, and I've experienced this firsthand. Like, I've been in situations where I haven't stood up for myself, and I've been in situations where I have, and it makes such a big difference. So stand up for yourself. So those were my 5 tips for starting your new career as a nurse, and I hope you'll find this helpful. If there are any nurses out there, seasoned nurses, veteran nurses, that have any advice for new nurses, drop them in a comment below, because I'm sure many of you have gems that you can bestow upon new nurses. So drop them in the comments, and thanks for watching this video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.